know it can probably be a little bit harder to keep things interesting in bed. I have not had a period in 3 months. Do men really care about body hair? I cramped up so bad. Okay, so it's just me here at the house. Aaron is at an event for his work right now, and I figured this would be the best time to film this video. So basically what I wanted to do was do a little Q&A while having a girls' night. I thought this would be a really fun idea. I've never done anything like this on my channel before, and I don't know, I just feel like kind of having a little pamper session to myself, having a girls' night with you guys, answering your questions, having some snacks and things like that. So if you like this type of video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe if you are new, and let's go on ahead and get into it. So I'm thinking I want to go take a nice cozy shower, wash my hair, shave, do all the things. So I washed my face in the shower and I just used the CeraVe brand, and then now I'm going to use the ordinary little serum. I just put this all over my skin and press it in. While I brush my hair, I'm going to answer a question because I have quite a bit to go over. But for my hair, I've just been spraying this Monet. Just ignore the bottle. I cannot get it to go back to its normal shape. But I just use the Monet Color Locking Protective Spray. It's basically just a sunscreen for your hair. But I don't know, I've noticed a big difference whenever I spray it in. It kind of gets rid of like the frizziness. Okay, so the first question I'm going to answer has to do with shaving, just because I did shave while I was in the shower, so I figured this was kind of fitting. So I got, how often do you shave, and do men really care about body hair? And I figured I would answer these two kind of together because those are the only questions that I got about shaving. So for how often do I shave, I'm just going to go over everything because that's kind of the point of this video is, you know, they're a little bit TMI. So as far as my legs, I shave them, if I'm being completely honest, probably every 2 to 3 days. In the summer it's every day. For winter time it's definitely like 2 to 3 days. Sometimes I'll even go to 4 days, but I've noticed that when I go a really long time, I start to itch my legs, so they get super dry, and I would just rather keep them shaved and moisturized. And then as far as like your private parts, I shave that every day because I am not one that likes body hair on myself. I just don't. It's not that I don't like the way it looks, I just don't like the way it makes me feel. It makes me feel kind of gross, and I would just rather shave everything if I'm being completely honest. So that I shave every day. I do shave my arms, but I shave that, I can't even talk. I shave my arms like every other week because it is a myth that your hair grows back darker and thicker on your arms. If you want to shave your arms, do it. Do men really care about body hair? You know what, I'm just gonna be honest. No, men do not care, and I'm just speaking from my own relationship, I guess. Aaron does not care about body hair. Obviously, me being me, I feel much cleaner whenever I shave everything, but he personally does not care about body hair, and so it almost makes me wonder, or it makes me think that the majority of men really don't care if you have body hair or not. It's, you know, a natural thing, and so what if you have body hair? If, you know, if you don't want to shave, then that's totally up to you, and that's a good thing, and that's fine, because it is your choice. So as far as men though, knowing that mine does not care kind of, like I said, makes me think that the majority of men really don't. Okay, so a snack I've been really enjoying lately is guacamole. We just get this mild guacamole from Walmart, and it just makes things super easy. And then for chips, I've really been enjoying these little black bean chips. I know they look a little scary, but I mentioned these in my getting back into workouts video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. I mentioned this as a healthier choice option for chips and guac, chips and salsa, and these are just the Benito black bean chip with sea salt. Okay, so I figured while we enjoyed our chips and guac or whatever snack you have decided to grab, I can answer some more questions. Alright, now that we are good and cozy, let's go on ahead and answer some more questions. Okay, here's a good one. Any tips on keeping the relationship spicy in bed? Ooh. So if you are married or you have kids, or you're married and you have kids, I know it can probably be a little bit harder to keep things interesting in bed. I'm not married and we do not have kids, but I can also offer some tips on how to keep things spicy in bed. Number one, and I think this is the most important thing, is kind of just knowing each other. Knowing, what each other likes when it comes to being intimate, whether it's in bed or it's just being intimate outside of bed, like in public and stuff like that. Just kind of knowing what each other's boundaries are, I think that's most important. Scheduling being intimate is a really good thing to do, honestly, especially whenever you are so far into a relationship and you just you both work or you just don't know the right time to be intimate. I think scheduling it, sitting down with your partner and kind of setting, like, maybe on date night, you guys get intimate that night, or the weekends are better. Just kind of like having something to look forward to. Definitely get out of the bedroom. I know it says keeping things spicy in the bedroom, but getting out of the bedroom to be intimate can keep things really interesting. Just try, some new places. Maybe try adding, certain things into your sex life. If I'm being completely honest, sex toys and things like that could honestly help. So just being upfront with your partner, trying, new places, getting out of the bedroom, scheduling it. Can you tell us about your IUD experience? I know you've talked about having it before. So I had the Kyleena IUD, and I did not really have a bad experience with the IUD. I think the IUD actually treated me pretty well as far as emotionally and mentally and stuff like that. Physically, I didn't really see a change either. Over time, my periods got much lighter and almost became nothing, which was a little scary, but it was completely normal according to my gynecologist. I was told that after being on the IUD for at least a year, your periods can start to just slow down, and eventually I just had no period. As far as getting the IUD put in, you will feel a sudden cramp, and that cramp hurts like heck. I almost passed out. I had to lay on the bed for at least 10 minutes before even leaving, and then the pain afterwards for like a day. It was pretty brutal, but after that things went back to normal. So the only problem that I had with the IUD was actually between Aaron and I. As far as intimacy goes, it got to a point where it was really hard for us to be intimate because it was hurting him. So as far as myself goes, the IUD was great. I would do it again. The only problem that I had was between Aaron and I got it out for that reason, because I felt like it was kind of putting a damper on our sex life. And on the topic of birth control, I'm scared of birth control because of the side effects that comes with it. Any thoughts? There's different side effects for different types of birth control. It just depends on you, and honestly, you just have to give birth control a try. If you are really considering birth control for a number of reasons, maybe it's not only to protect, from a pregnancy right now, but maybe it's to help your skin, maybe it's to help bloat or help, your period cramps or something like that. Every woman is different. Every woman gets it for different reasons. Talk to your gynecologist, see what works best for you, and trust your gut. Okay, I'm back on the couch. It's been a few hours. I've got myself a hot chai. It's so cold outside tonight, so I figured we could get cozy on the couch, finish up these questions with some hot tea, coffee, chai, whatever you want to be drinking right now. Just go grab it right now and let's just get cozy. Okay, this one says, do you have a period horror story? Oh, goodness. I was 15 when I first got my period, and I remember being in the school lunch line going to get lunch, and I remember, like, I felt something dripping down my leg, and it just startled me, obviously, because I was 15. It was dripping down my leg, and then next thing I know, I just see a big pile of blood, like, by my foot. So apparently, when I had my period, when it started, it just wanted to flow, like, a lot. And everyone was looking at me in that line. Everyone that was sitting down was looking at me. The teachers were looking at me. So that was super, super embarrassing. It's not really a horror story. Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, like, that's so gross. And, you know, we shouldn't be thinking that way anyway. It's natural. But at the time, you know, being 15, it was super embarrassing. So that's really all that comes to mind. I remember that very vividly. What is the OBGYN like? Is it awkward? What was your first time like? The OBGYN is pretty awkward at first, I'm not gonna lie. It was super awkward for me because they are all up in your business and you're just kind of laying there and you have to, you know, let them check you out because that's the whole point of going. They're just kind of, you know, checking your breasts. It's basically just your normal checkup. But it was super awkward for me being, I think I went for the first time when I was 20. So I waited quite a while. Usually people go whenever they're like 18. I believe I waited until I was 20 because I didn't start having sex until I was 18. So I didn't think that it was really necessary. You just have to remember that this is their job and they're always up in people's business and private parts, and that's just what they do every single day. I hope you had fun doing this little girls' night, and we should totally do it again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.